This game is not suitable for children or for those who are easily disturbed. Good start. No, I'm not gonna look at spoilers. Content warnings ahead. By playing Doki Doki Literature Club, you agree you have noted the game's age rating in your region and consent to exposure of highly disturbing content. Okay, so before I'm going to say this, I have never played Doki Doki Literature Club. I've never watched anyone play it. I've gone in pretty blind, but I know like a general like outline. It's kind of like something like, you know, Undertale. I know that there's a shocking twist or a reveal, you know. I don't know what that is, but something is telling me that this game isn't a cutesy visual novel by the, hey, this game's disturbing, next page. All this content warning, next page. Are you sure you want to be smashed in the face with this disturbing content? I agree. Good stuff. This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. You've said this multiple times. I mean, how could a game that's so happy in the menu be evil? Alright, new game. I am... No, I'm not Liam, I'm Kata. Hey! I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. The girl is Sayori, my neighbour, and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. Wow, that's a little mean. Well, okay, I've got my summer flavour Red Bull. I've drank so many of these summer Red Bulls. I haven't slept in days. Alright, so let's go. We used to walk to school together on days like this. But starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently and I would get tired of waiting up. Fair. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sari catch up to me. Ah! Oh, we have a save. Yeah, cool. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Oh, maybe only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you're thinking about ignoring me. Is this a dating sim? Or a visual novel or both? I don't know what this is meant to be. That's mean, Cat Dad. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Wow. Sound like a dick. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. Nice art. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Cat Dad. Uh-huh. Have you decided on a club to join yet? Club? I told you already I'm not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me that you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average, while spending my free time on games and anime. I like that, okay. Uh-huh. I was talking about how worried that you were... I'm talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Ah, that's nice. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real word. That's like what? No education, employment, training, something like that. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright, alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? No. Yeah, I guess. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside her head. Ah, nice characters. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Woo! Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realise that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Cool. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late for your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know. Yeah, I'd be awful at picking a club, seriously, like... Ugh, I just want to go home. Play some games, watch some anime. Yeah, I get this, you know. Know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah! There's no way I'm going to your club. Eh? Mini. Uchu. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Sounds legit. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be immersed. Words are hard. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why'd you care so much anyway? Well, I kinda told the club yesterday I would bring a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. What a way to guilt trip me into joining the literature club. Don't make promises you can't keep. I mean, I freaking love literature. I have a degree in English and stuff, so you know, books are cool. Books. My small collection of books behind me, I have more books. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. Let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake. Yay, let's go! Let's go. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. Foreshadowing, I'm guessing. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Oh, Sayori. The time I decide to not put her name in, and it's like, you know, everyone, the new member is here. Yeah. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Girl 1. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Girl 2. Seriously? You bought a boy? Yeah, way to kill the atmosphere. Girl 3. Kada, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Way to choose a club. Did you pick a club because you're interested? No, I picked it because there are girls. Good stuff. What are you looking at? Wow. If you want to say something, say it. Natsuki? The girl with the sour attitude whose name is apparently Natsuki is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. She is also the one who made cupcakes according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. I'm not going to remember any of these names. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. Yeah, she looks full of energy. Just staring off into the distance. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. She got embarrassed. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? Monica's the only name I know because of memes. That's right. It's great to see you again, Cat Dad. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Cool. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class, smart, beautiful, and athletic. Ah, yeah, I would totally hate that. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica? Come sit down, Cat Dad. We made room for you at a table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Of course, it's like a dating sim. Everybody loves you right from the off. You know, you've like not spoken to anyone, you've not made any like friends, but they're all like really into you. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of like dating sims like that. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. I mean, all these dating sims, they're like, you gave, and then you have to give the right gift, and then suddenly they're in love with you because you gave someone a pen, and it's like the right gift. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so there is one space next to Monika and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. I mean, this is a pretty cool setup. Do you guys actually read books or do you just hang out? Like, you know, both is cool. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa. Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. Amazing. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. Oh my god, that's so adorable. Save. So cute! When does like food become so artistic that like it's not cool to eat it? Like sometimes I see like cakes and it's like, yeah, this is like so cool that like you couldn't eat it at a certain, you know, friendly, nice and charming. So I guess it's going to be like such a slam when the like the horror starts. I had no idea you were so good at baking. Well, you know, the little bang thing. Just hurry and take one. Sarah grabs one first and Monika, I follow. It's delicious. Sarah talks over a mouthful and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cat cake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. The tension builds. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavour. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thanks. Why are you thanking me? It's not like Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. Interesting. Yeah, I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe, but not for you, dummy. Are you gonna have like all the dere tropes? Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yoru returns to the table carrying a tea set. Seriously, words are hard. Like, it's hot, I am melting, I'm tired, I have not recovered from a weekend away. It's like, She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. Where did you get the tea from? Do you have like a water tap in here? You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Yeah, exactly. That's pretty cool. Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? Yes, it does. I guess. Although I am a big fan of my Kindle these days. Like, it's like when iPods came around, it's like CDs were cool, but then you could store like all your music ever on like a tiny device, and you know, I'm all for ebooks these days. Like, you know, I've got a Paperwhite Kindle, and it's really good. You know, I'm a big fan because I can read like 12 books like on the go. Because I like read a book for a while, then I get bored, and then I switch to another book. You know, call it the ADHD and flipping through different books. You know. Don't let yourself get intimidated. You're just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I mean, that's... You know... Just, you know, at the beginning of the game, it said, all these characters are 18 and over, because I guess in certain countries it would be illegal to date them if they were, like, high school aged. Which I love how they have to put this as a, so... Alright, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monika raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? Women. The character was drawn by women. He had no deep choices there. Alright. I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I should tell Monika that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monika, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. That's fair. It feels like there's nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. That's nice. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Okay. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. Yeah, that's a bit odd. I would have thought, like, by anime logic, like, the whole class would be full of, like, creepers who are, like, obsessed with Monica. You know, like, or the lolly girl, they'd be, like, a fan club who are, like, you know, you know, like, how you get, like, the classic kind of creepy guys following people, and, like, there's, like, a crowd of them, you know. Yeah, so I would expect this club to be, like, half full. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. Cool, cool. Well, you have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it. Right. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Of dating you. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So Cat Dad, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. I like fantasy and sci-fi and everything. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. Of course the girl with the cat bang, you know, like, is into that manga. It looks like she wants to say something, but keeps quiet. I like manga too. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. I like 18th century Russian poetry. Yuri traces the rim of a teacup with a finger. My favourites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship beyond them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Sure. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Nice! I like horror. Although, the last horror book I read was... oh, what was it? Probably a while ago, actually. I read Annihilation, and kind of horror-y. Then I read Acceptance, which was like more office drama with a tiny bit of horror. Piranesi was semi-horror. That's a really good book. Read Piranesi. It's hard to remember what books I've read, like, you know. Well, actually, I've been reading a lot of internet trash books. That's my secret shame. I read a horror book once. Once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. I've been really wanting to read all the Goosebumps books, because I read, like, quite a lot as a kid, and I've been seeing, like, because it's, like, there was, like, the anniversary for R.L. Stein's, I don't know, X amount of years or something. So basically a lot of people have been talking about, like, let me just check, R.L. Stein didn't die or something. Did he die? I was like, just checking, because there was like a big like uptick of people like talking about like Goosebumps, and I was like, you know, it's like the anniversary, but then I'm like, maybe he died, so I'll just check. But yeah, so I've been wanting to read through like Goosebumps books, because I read like, I don't know, like a quarter of them as a kid, and I got, you know, some of them are pretty good. Some of them I remember, like, you know, like Don't Go Downstairs, whatever, or Stay Out the Basement, The Beast from the East, you know, I got like a couple in my head that really stick out. But then there's some like really meh ones, and like, yeah, so I have this feeling that I wouldn't be impressed if I reread like children's horror. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I can really put it down. I can't really put it down. The real horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, where's that? Well, I just... Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! And give that back. I'm fine. Your cupcakes, your poems... Everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori slides up behind Natsuki and puts a hand on her shoulders. I'm not cute! You write your own poems? Oh, well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not very confident writer yet. Oh man, just sharing your writing to someone else is... that is like... You know, that's brave. I full credit to anyone who's like happily shares their like creations, whether it's like poems, writing, art, you know, if you can share them to other people, that's like, you know, that's really cool, to be honest. I'm like, you know, I'm pretty impressed with that. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Alright, that's like what I said, but with like extra steps and being more pretentious, so you know. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. Guess that's the same for Yuri. Anyway, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Ugh, have to do poetry homework? No thank you. Then the next time we meet, we all share them with each other. That way everyone is even. That's actually not a bad idea. Yeah, let's do it! God, you're too energetic, Sayori. I am literally barely hanging on to the barest scraps of energy with, like, Red Bull. Plus, now we have a new member. I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Cat Dad? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? I haven't joined yet. Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. Still have other clubs to look at, and how could you break the hearts of these 4 anime characters? I lose my train of thought. I mean, Natsuki looks devastated. How could you do that? All 4 girls stare back with dejected eyes. Monster! God, how could you? How could you, Cat Dad? But I'm sorry, I thought... Cat Dad. You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls... Okay, I've decided that. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. The guys? Yes, I'm so happy! Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Like I've said before, I have published poetry from when I was like, I don't know, 10, 11. I wrote a poem and it got entered into a competition and I like won my year age thing bracket. And it got put into a published book, and I have a copy signed in my attic, and I will never show anyone. No, it's not true. But it's a little embarrassing because it's like half written by me, mainly edited by a teacher, so they probably did most of the work. And it's not a great poem because like it was written by like a 10-year-old, you know. But you know, published poet, you know. Ooh. Monika looks over at me once more. Cat Dad, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. The can't really do anime voices very well. You know, like all the oohs and ihihis and, you know. But I would love to be a voice actor. I am actually, like, every time I hear voice acting, I'm always amazed at, like, how well people can, like, you know, like, vocalize things and, like, put emotions into stuff, like, you know. Yeah, it's pretty impressive. Anyway, can I really impress the class star moniker with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Cat Dad, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right. Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! See, it's like my good voice acting. Yay! I assume it's yay because there's the little tilde, you know. With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. All the way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Would I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? No, it would be torture. How could you tolerate being in a room with four pretty girls and reading? Oh no. Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I just need to make the most of my circumstances. I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Oh no. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favourite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Oh no. Obviously save. Oh god. I mean, I know I said there was like, I was laughing at the anxiety of like having to make poetry, but now I'm in the position where I have to actually make poetry. Oh god. Oh no, my hands are suddenly really sweaty. God. Yeah. Oh, good music. So, who do I like most? Do I have more words? Alright, let's, Puppy... Oh no, I was gonna pick love. What? Oh no, I was gonna do Puppy Love, and then I was gonna do like a couple more. Oh no, I don't get to see the words in advance? That's terrible writing, because I picked puppy with the intention to do puppy love, and I was gonna make like an actual sentence. Now I can't remember what I picked. It's puppy love, oh, history, hang on. It doesn't tell me the words I've picked already? Oh no. Alright. Puppy love. Insight. Summer. Massacre. Summer friends. Marshmallow. Rainbow. Now I need a little bit of darkness. Captive. Giggle. Bubbles. Depression. Scars, Lust, Shiny Inferno, Whirlwind Adventure, Fulgent, Ribbon, Swimsuit Vacation, Lust, Ribbon, Swimsuit, Mouse, Sparkle, All Control, Sun, Nishika, Email, Cute, Nightgown, Pain, Jump, Email, Swimsuit Email, Party, Clumsy, Heart, Headphones, Loud, Discern, Charm, Anime, Anxiety Special, Anime, Cage, Kawaii, we've already had Cute, Imagination, Determination, Sensation, Rain Cloud, Family, Bouncy, Whistle, well, Determination, guess I talked about Undertale earlier, Tenacious Passion, Unrequited Sadness, Nature, Fluffy, Lollipop, Extraordinary, Brief, Tragedy, Fluffy, Vitality, Fireworks, Comforting, Eternity, Flying Cheeks, Wrath, Proof, Lucky, Fickle, Eternity. I'm just picking like this one a lot, I'm pretty lazy. Covert, Music, Disorientated, Hair, Embrace, Unstable, Journey, Papa, Unstable, Melancholy, Amazing, Boop, it's gonna be Boop, I'm not even reading the rest. Pleasure, Peaceful, Climax, Climax? Socks, ocean, memory, strawberry, dream, waterfall, incapable. Ocean. Destiny, playground, whisper, Doki Doki, tears, awesome. Essence, entropy, misfortune. Misfortune. Alright, that's best poem ever made. That took me like way too long to come up with like 20 words. Again, Cat Dad. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Ha ha ha. Nah, don't worry. So I'm guessing if I picked like X amount of words that relate to the people, you get to go on a date with them. And I guess it's like fantasy for like Yuri. Natsuki, it's like cute stuff. Sayori is probably like bubbly and energetic. I don't know about you, Monica. But yeah, I assume something like that. So let's see if I picked any words that they like. Well, you picked fluffy and marshmallow, so I love you now. Yeah, something like that. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I kept my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. Also, I'm really bugged that it didn't let me pick 20 words from the same page. I'd rather the game just gave me like one page and I had to pick like 3 or 4 words and then another page, because I could have actually made a poem rather than just a random smosh of like words that may or may not link to each other. Well, anyway, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last to come in, so everyone is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Cat Dad. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Oh no, why would you say it like that? Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. Yeah, and last year I like never joined any clubs in school. I don't know if you just plan to come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take it seriously, then you won't get to see the end of it. I haven't actually been in clubs though. I've been in like, you know, after school I used to like be a swimmer. I was in like a swim club, I was in a hockey club, I was in an anime club at one point. I've done a lot of stuff, you know, but I'm pretty lazy. I'm like this guy. I have to be dragged to like join a club. Now Suki, you certainly have a big mouth as someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Yay! Mango! Now Suki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and Manuka. Manga is literature. Yeah, sure. I got no problem with that. I like manga. Or manga. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki pops back into a seat. Don't worry guys. Cat Dad always gives his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work even without asking. Yeah, sure. Without me asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Cat Dad can become good friends too. Let's play with my hair and go, oh shy. Sayori? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the world situation she's put me into. Oh Yuri, even bought you something today, you know. Wait, Sayori. Eh? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? Eh? I'm so sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess it means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Woo, what a hero. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you was a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be me. Alright, well, here. Yuri reaches into a bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. I was actually like, do you guys actually read books here? Because I totally thought you were just like hanging out, drinking tea and eating cupcakes, you know. But this is... How was this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. That's actually really nice. Thank you, I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew! Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yeah, like, if you are reading a book, say you have like a week to read like, I don't know, 1984, and you discuss it. So, does that mean I've come at like a really bad time where I have like 2 days to read the book, or like I just have to listen to like their like recap of the book, you know, or is it just like just join us for the next book? I don't know how this club's gonna work. Anyway, Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Ah, I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. Are you looking for something in there? Freaking Monica! She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. Oh no. What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Yeah, that would be annoying. Not that I'm like an organized person, but like, yeah, if you do have a collection, like, put them back in the right place. Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga! You read manga, right? I do read manga. Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. Alright, well no, I like manga. I don't care if you don't like manga. Everyone has their own interests, and that's okay. You like what you like, you know. And I like what I like. And we both like the same things, cool. And if we don't like the same things, also cool. You know, just chill. How did you know anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? And my neck beard. I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is. Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. He then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feel. I get a closer look at the box set she's admiring. Parfait Girls. It's a series I've never heard of in my life. It probably means it's either way up my demographic or it's simply terrible. Yeah, that's pretty spot on, to be honest. If you're gonna judge, you can do it through the glass on the door. She points to the classroom door. Wow. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything. It's the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Katad. Consider this a lesson straight from the Literature Club. Don't judge a book by its cover. I mean, I get the sentiment of don't judge a book by its cover. But like, you kind of totally should judge a book by a cover, because that's literally how they market books to people. You walk by and you see the cover and go, ooh, that looks cool, you know. So don't judge a book by a cover would kind of implies that like advertising doesn't work, when advertising is actually incredibly effective on humans. That's why people spend billions of money to do it, you know. But yeah, I get it. Don't judge a book by a cover, you know. No. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of the Parfait Girls from the box. I'm going to show you exactly why. She stuffs the book right into my hands. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colourful attire, striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly moey. Don't just stand there. Ooh-ah. Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? No, you sit in beanbags. Take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. Huh? Where's that? I guess it's easy to be close together like this. Why? Don't just say that. You'll make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting close to her either. Not that I can say it's particularly a bad thing. I opened the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. Cute. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I already finished the series. Hey, you paying attention? I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I kinda grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up the lack of plot. So, what should I expect from this? Zombies. Is it going to be plot? Well, obviously. You think I would enjoy something that didn't have a plot? I mean... Well, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of the beginning is about simple things. Like There's a really funny chapter where they're obsessed with a guy at the ice cream shop. But that just helps, you get to know the characters. And besides, it's still entertaining. But later on, there's all kinds of drama. Foreshadowing. Like when they get into their backstories and when some of the romance starts to happen. Foreshadowing. That's really what makes it so good. There are so many touching parts. Is that so? Sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you. Hey, wait. What's that supposed to mean? Yeah, that was a bit rude. Natsuki gives me a little shove. I just meant that I haven't seen you at your full power. Ugh. Good save. This chapter seems like it's about baking. This is just a guess, but is there a lot of baking in this manga? Well... Natsuki pauses for a moment, as if she doesn't want to admit something. Yeah? Why does that matter? It doesn't, I was just curious. Yeah, why does that matter? Okay. Since you enjoy baking too, right? That's just a coincidence. I just happened to get into baking around the time I got into this manga. Like, I would ever get into anything because it's in a manga. I bet there's a lot of people who got into, like, volleyball when Haikyuu came out and stuff, so, I wouldn't be surprised people get into stuff in anime and mangas, I feel like that's a good source of inspiration, I feel bad for anyone that's impressionable. Haha, definitely not a coincidence. I guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, of all the hobbies to pick up from manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. Yeah, that's fair, manga can be weird. Not to mention she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? We read on for a few more minutes. We finished a couple of chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not. No. Even though you're just watching me read? Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. Cool. You know what I mean? You don't? It's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. I don't have any friends. Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Okay. Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga's for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet? I read death game manga. That's definitely not for kids. Maybe get some kids getting murdered in it, but like, Alright. Makes me want to punch them in the face. Wow, that just like went full throttle there. I know those kind of people. Honestly, it takes all that effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated towards the other losers over time. Losers Club for life. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Yep, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. At least it's safe here in the clubhouse room. So I say clubhouse. Except Monica was kind of a jerk about it. Ugh, I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am reading it. Not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? What? So? Ha 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 ha. Jeez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I flip the page. Suddenly Natsuki starts laughing. Nice. I totally forgot that happens. Natsuki puts her finger on one of the panels. Minori is my favorite character. You always feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky. Just foreshadowing. But it gets especially bad when... I shouldn't be talking about this yet. Yeah, that's like, oh yeah, this character's really unlucky except for when they, like, and then it's cool except for when they die in chapter 200 and you're like, oops. Yeah, don't spoil stuff like that. Just finish this chapter. I'll have to cut that out. I'm an ice cruncher. If there's ice in the drink and I finish my drink, I will crunch the ice. Anyway, Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. It's a stark contrast to her usual bossy tone. But if she's not used to sharing her favourite manga with her friends, I can understand why. It's hard to express in words the feeling you get when connecting with someone like that. And being able to provide that to Natsuki for whom it's a rare experience, thought makes me smile a little to myself. Okay everyone! Yeah? Are you all ready with today's poems? Oh god, I forgot about that. Oh come on! Could your timing be any worse? Sorry! Hashtag not sorry. I just need to make sure we have enough time. Though you do look pretty cozy over there. Hahaha. Natsuki suddenly notices how close she's gotten to me. She hastily slides herself a good 12 inches away from me. Alright. Guess I'll stop here for now. I close the book and hand it towards Natsuki. You're just giving it back? Don't you want to know what happens? Yeah, but... Monica just said... Don't be dumb! Just take it home with you. Is that really alright? I say, mostly because I really didn't plan on using my spare time to read this. Well, of course! It would take forever to finish if you didn't take it home. Am I going to be stuck with 4 different books that are going to take like forever to read? That's like... So we don't even have like an organised reading schedule. It's like read whatever you like, and they're all going to give you their own favourite books. Man. Alright. Just finish that one before tomorrow so we can start the next one. And if it gets bent, I'll kill you. By tomorrow? I only got part way through the volume so far. I might fall behind on some shows if I try to get through this. But I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Or am I more scared of what will happen if I don't finish it? That one. Definitely that one. Alright then. Stand up. I return to where I put my stuff and carefully slip the book into my bag. I like how it said carefully, so okay. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. Poem would be a generous description of it, sure. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've really never done this before. Well, now everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically put out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. Yeah, that's very fitting. On the other hand, Monica writes hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. That's pretty nice touch. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Natsuki! I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. It's probably only fair if I shared mine first. Okay, well let's start with things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind. I don't feel like giving you my opinion. Then what's the point of sharing in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours, like Monica said. Well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, ha! Well, it's not that great, but let me show you what real shit looks like. Well, that's just mean. And you went and ruined it! How dare you be decent at something? Gah, I hope you're happy. So in other words, you're saying you liked it? Natsuki's retort gets caught in her throat. You're so... You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that. You don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I said that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. Yeah, that's it. I can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me if I don't. Oh, my camera's gonna be in the way. Oh, you can see that. You can still read it. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. But that's about it. It's fine. I guess. It's fine. I thought there was going to be like a secret or like a word spelt out down here, you know, like, okay. Well, it's better than my fluffy marshmallow puppy love. Yeah. I told you that you weren't going to like it. Oh, it's the best thing I ever read. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Damn, you got me. Yeah, fair enough. I guess I was the jerk all along. Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, set it up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. Did you? Feels like you just... Oh, okay, if it's intentional, sure. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realised. That's fair. I didn't realise you did that intentionally. That's on me. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humour her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Yeah, that would just be mean. Who should I show my poem to next? Monica! Because I haven't really spoken to Monica yet. Hi, Cat Dad. Having a good time so far? It's fine. No, I'm enjoying myself. Shit, I've been playing for like almost an hour already, yeah. I guess the time flies. Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Sure. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm much more settled in. Settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Cat Dad. We're all embarrassed today, you know. But that's the sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. To be fair, it's going to be really embarrassing, but once you have done it, I can't imagine that this being a barrier that you get past soon, and everyone becomes like a little bit more close, you know, it's nice. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like it, Cat Dad. Nice. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Oh jeez. No. Fluffy, marshmallow, puppy dog. It kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write. Ah, damn it. And she's a good writer too. So take that as a compliment. Oh, the other lady would have probably liked horror words because she said she was into horror. I thought it would have thought gaming, but yeah, that makes no sense. If you say so. Yep. There are lots of poems and stories out there that are no more than a few simple words. They can be funny, endearing, or even sad. And sometimes they're only a few lines long. They might even feel like they're written for kids, but if you think about them, they can express views of the world that wouldn't apply to anybody. Let's see. So you're saying that Natsuki is kind of like that? Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert, but you probably won't find much filler in her poems. They might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning through. That's very possible. I did skim read through her poem, you know, that. So I can see why it'd be your kind of poem to explore. Sure, I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. It's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. Is this a creative writing club or a literature club? Or are we just like, you know, blanket term? So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Yeah. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. Oh, that's like the deepest thing anyone's said in so far. I see. Well, let's read it then. Oh, I like the writing is different. Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late, my retinas, already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in, I was looking out, and he on the other side was looking in. These poems, I'm going to say, they're telling a lot about the people, I'm going to guess. I'm probably missing, like, stuff, but I'm guessing each poem is going to be, like, foreshadowing for, like, the person's, like, backstory. Okay. So what do you think? Honestly, I didn't get it, sorry. It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gone pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if you know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy up later. That's really good advice. That's what I do when I'm making essays and stuff. I call it word vomit, which is a much less pleasant term than what she's written. But yeah, you just kind of blurp and then go back and edit a lot. But like, yeah, definitely good advice. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Cool. Who should I show my poem to next? Let's go Yuri, because I think Sayori won't like my poem because she was into horror and stuff. Oh, I picked the wrong one. My bad. I thought you... Well, that's embarrassing. Oh, I can use enter as well. Yuri stares at the poem. It's shit. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh. Sorry. Forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I'm not, I just need to put my thoughts into words. It's, interesting. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why'd you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. Ah, so it's that bad? No, did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine. I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think it's the most notable thing I recognise in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanour totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. Like I said, I joined the literature club, not the creative writing club. They are different skills or hobbies. You know, just gonna be that guy once again. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry, it's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? I like how her writing is like... This is actually the closest to my handwriting. My handwriting is like this, but much messier. I do semi-joined writing. It's very similar to this. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining street light to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Actually, this is probably my favourite poem so far. Good job. I'm sorry to have such terrible handwriting. Yeah, the hardest handwriting to read. My teachers used to say that my handwriting looked like a spider jumped into a pot of ink and like scuttled across the page. So, you know, I wasn't thinking at all. A little. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Eh? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Huh? Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all, Cat Dad. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it, after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. Well, that's dark. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past. Right. That's a little dark. And soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. To be honest, you do have to read a poem a couple of times if there's like hidden things and, you know, because it's very hard to get to something with just one quick read, you know. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. So, I will go talk to Sayori, the person who I totally thought was Yuri. I got the names mixed up. ... This is a good poem, Cat Dad. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who'd be writing poems in his spare time? Yeah, I guess you're right. That's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. It's fair. I'm really happy that you just wrote one. It just reminds me of how you really are a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. I mean, you could still be part of the club without writing the poem, but it would kind of make you like this weird kind of like outer member, I guess. So, you know, it's good. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Cat Dad. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people? That's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. I'm doing this because there's girls. I am a noble spirit. Can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. A man of culture. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Now then, you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me, kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, make me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. So, if you ever play Phoenix Wright, the sky is blue and so am I is one of my favourite lines in Phoenix Wright. It's that's what I can think of when I see that. Anyway, it's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Right. That kind of flickers between like being like deep and like airy at the same time. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No. Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah, I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah, especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. I freaking love eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school, seriously, eggs and toast? Oh, so good. Like, yeah. Even though you were late to school, it's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. I'm the opposite. I don't eat breakfast like half the time. Like, I literally can't eat food for the first hour I'm awake, otherwise it makes me feel like nauseous. So, If I have to eat breakfast before going somewhere, I have to get up over like a couple of hours in advance just to eat. So I usually just get up like, you know, have an hour or so to get ready and then leave, and then I like eat lunch, which is really bad, but like I'd rather do that than get up hours early to eat. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for showing me. Hehehe. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah, but next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Totes. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Not sure I believe you. Phew! I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me from my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. That I could believe. This is a literature club after all. I sighed. Well, I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room from Sayori and Monica, they chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. That's rude. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Oh man, that's Mean Girls. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Really? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Cat Dad did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect to change it anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet, that's fair. And Cat Dad liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. I actually thought Yuri's was like the best poem, to be honest. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member Yuri. I really like the music in this game, actually. The music in the art style so far, it's really good. I haven't even got to like the dark, like horror side of this game, so you know. Yeah, good touch. Yes, music's catchy. That's not what I'm. You're just. Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Cat Dad appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? How do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Ugh. I don't want to be here. You put me in a very uncomfortable position, ladies. Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Ugh! Everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Cat Dad started showing up. Natsuki? Natsuki, that's all. Yeah, that. This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Don't do it. Don't do it. In real life, I'd just leave. I'd just walk out the room. I wouldn't even answer. Cat Dad? She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. You both have your own writing styles. There are pros and cons to everyone's writing. Don't be a jerk. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. No, I don't agree with that at all. Help me explain that to her, Cat Dad. Wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meanings the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, but it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Cat Dad? Well... how did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. Yeah, exactly. But whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course it's going to be... Help me, Sayori. What happens if you pick that? So... This isn't interesting. So... Yuri likes horror. I like horror. But... she's too shy of a person for me. I like people who are outgoing and stuff. And Natsuki likes anime. Good. I like anime and manga. But she's also too cutesy and stuff, and I actually disagree with her opinion and think your opinion was correct. But this, I think, doesn't really solve anything. So in real life, if I had to pick, I would pick Help Me Sayori. But for the sake of... well, my poem appealed to you the most, so let's pick Natsuki. We're going min-maxing. Yuri. You're really talented. Well, but Natsuki has a point. Think that... I love this. Hey, random dude who we've never met before. Well, we met like a day earlier, who's never like done writing or poetry before. What is your opinion on art and literature? Between us two, it's like such a dumb place to be. Rack my brain and center back myself. I also thought your poem was better, so like... I think that conveying feelings with few words can be just as impressive as well. It lets the reader's imagination take over. And Natsuki's poem did a really good job at that. Yeah! It did, didn't it? No. Haha. Shows how much you know. I didn't pick the cop-out option, I usually would. So let's see how this goes. That's not Natsuki. I think that's enough. It's true. Huh? Me? But she was so mean! Natsuki's voice whines. Look, what we talked about yesterday was right. Writing is a really personal thing, thank you. And sharing it can definitely be hard. It looks like we learned a lot today. Even small criticism can lead to something pretty heated. I glance over my shoulder. Sayori is nodding vigorously. So, you don't need to feel threatened. You're a great writer, Natsuki. Ah! Natsuki's voice gets caught in surprise. Thanks for noticing. She finally mutters that barely audible. Yuri, you're also a great writer. You're a better writer in my opinion, but you know. Yuri looks at me dejectedly. With a face like that, I can't help but feel bad for her as well. I'm sure that Natsuki didn't mean everything she said. So you don't need to feel threatened either. Or either. Take your pick. Well, if you say so. Hey, it's not like you need to apologize for me, Cat Dad. Sheesh. Natsuki takes a breath. You do need to apologize though. The thing about... Ugh. Natsuki glances around the room. Would everyone stop staring at me? Maybe don't start an argument. Then of course everyone's gonna stare, like, come on. Unsurprisingly, Natsuki has a harder time with it than she boasted. Sayori and Monica look away. Anyway, thing about your boobs, I didn't mean it, okay? That's all. Good apology. 10 out of 10. Respect the half-hearted apology that came out. Natsuki looks away, avoiding eye contact with anyone. Yeah, you're naturally beautiful, Yuri. Sayori? I'll go make some tea. I was just trying to help. I'm sure she appreciated Sayori. Pat Sayori on the shoulder. Well, now that we're past that... Cool. Everyone's read each other's poems, right? And it didn't go bad in any way, shape or form. I hope that it was worthwhile for everyone, especially you, Cat Dad. And to be honest, it's a nice change of pace from lazing around. We got a little too used to it. Well, my joining the club was responsible for ruining the atmosphere. Yep. No, not at all. There's still time before we go home, so we'll all relax a bit. Of course, besides chatting, we do literature-related things in the club room. So maybe you can take the chance to pick up a book or do some writing. After all, that's what the club is for. I disagree, Monica. Eh? About what? That's not the most important thing about the literature club. The most important thing is friendship. It's having fun. Of course. Well, I guess that's why you're the vice president, Sayori. Hehehe. In the end though, Monica's right. Being in the lit club probably means I can't spend all my time doing nothing. But in the end, I guess it's been worth it so far. Okay everyone, it's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. Really? It was alright. Well, mostly. Cat Dad, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. But no, I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those who I want to impress. Ugh. Metagaming poetry? Lame. Like, my feelings? Nah, fuck my feelings. I want to impress X girl or Y, you know. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Get Dad. Ready to walk home? Sure. Let's fucking go. Can't wait to get out of this awkward atmosphere. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier? Eh? What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. Good, because I'd be noping out if it was. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew! You know, Cat Dad, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but... ... Does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. That's Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah. Let's do this. That seems like a good place to end it. I've been playing for like an hour and a half. And I don't want to write no poem right now, so alright. That's the first part of Doki Doki Literature Club. Didn't get to any horror. This was just the setup, so this is the cutesy side of the game anyway. Good stuff, I'm enjoying it so far, so yeah. I hope you continue watching, and yeah, I'll leave a link in the description so you can find the game for yourself, and I hope to see you again sometime soon. Take care.